Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we have a video on two clocks and a watch. Specifically, uh, this watch here, which is a Smith's Empire watch. I will do a video on this watch as well, but I currently don't have a key for it, so that will have to wait. And obviously, these two clocks here. Now, I'll start with the smaller of the two clocks, which is this one. This clock is a French mantle clock dating from about probably the 1880s, maybe early 1890s. In a wooden case, which is actually quite odd for a French clock. I've only seen a couple of French clocks in wooden cases, sorry. Because I usually see French clocks in like metal or slate clock cases. And it does look the case looks a bit American, but the face definitely gives it, like the dial definitely gives it away as being more French. But yeah, now usually, when doing one of these videos, I would turn the clock around to show you the movement, but because it's wedged in there, and also because I'm trying to time the clock in, I'm not gonna turn it round or make it strike or anything like that. But what I will say is this clock strikes on a bell. Quite a nice sounding bell, actually. Yeah, this clock has some nice details on it, I will say. I like these brass pillars on the side here. They look very nice, and the wooden sort of inlay here. Everything about this clock is just fancy. I don't know why, it just looks very fancy. Hold on. Yeah, I was just making sure because I've got this clock mounted on coins to make the tick even, because I don't know how to adjust the pendulum, so so I just mounted it on coins. It's the same thing I did with this clock as well. But yeah, not much else to say about this clock except for it's very ornate. It strikes on a bell. I did have to nick the key from the Bentima, because luckily for me, this clock uses the same size key as this clock, which is lucky for me. Yeah, that's about it for this clock. So, oh yeah, she's also got very thin hands. So yeah. And also, unlike most French clock, well, not most, but some French clocks, this one doesn't have the dreaded French rack and snail striking. It's just got count wheel striking, which is good. I prefer count wheel to the front. Oh my god, I can't speak English. To the French rack and snail striking. There we go. I'm struggling to speak English today. But yeah, because if this did have the dreaded French rack and snail striking, then yeah, I'd be paying a lot more close attention on this clock, because if you didn't know, French rack and snail striking is different from normal rack and snail striking, where a normal snail would be stepped. A French snail would just be rounded and have no steps in it, which isn't the best. I'm just gonna say, if the striking activates at any other time than the hour or the half hour, if it's meant to strike at the half hour, then the clock will jam up, and if you're not careful when you try to push the minute hand forward, you will break the minute hand. So that's not very good. But yeah. But luckily this just has counter striking, which is preferable over that type of rack and snail striking. Unlike literally most of my other clocks, which have normal rack and snail striking, which is good. But anyway, moving on to the next clock we have, which is this sort of semicircle shaped clock. But it's actually quite large for what it is. This is a Gilbert mantle clock made in the 20s. Now, this clock has almost an identical movement to Tommy Wiley's Gilbert mantle clock. Even down to it saying 22 on the back as well, which I think refers to the year. So I think this clock was made in 1922. Don't know, don't quote me on it. I don't know if 22 is like a date code or something, but yeah. So if you've watched Tommy Wiley's video on his Gilbert clock, then you already know what the movement looks like. It has the exact same gong, exact same everything pretty much. Just a different case. This case is actually quite nice. It's got this beading and inlay on it. Actually, there is a small difference between this one and Tommy Wiley's one as well, except for the case. This one has the adjust the pendulum slow and fast adjuster on the face, whereas his one doesn't have that. But my one also has that sort of weird wheel pendulum adjuster thing on the back as well. Oh, that's the French clock. And you'll probably hear the Gilbert going off in a couple of minutes. Actually, I think the Gilbert's a bit slow. Yeah, the Gilbert's a little bit slow. Yeah. But, yeah, again, not much else to say about the Gilbert. Very nice. It is a bit rough around the edges here, like on the face. You've got this worn bit here and the hands. That's not rust. I don't know why it's brown, but it is not rust as far as I can tell. I think just someone's just decided at some point they wanted to try and... Oh, there we went. That's the Gilbert. Yeah, like I was saying, I think at some point someone just decided they wanted to try and paint the hands brown, which I don't know why, but yeah. So this clock has been abused a little bit, but yeah, it's nice. Well, it's nice for considering the fact someone tried to paint the hands brown and luckily failed. Yeah, so that's it for those two clocks. Just about. And then obviously I'm just going to do a quick overview on this watch. This is a Smith's Empire watch with the winding on the time adjuster bit here. So you just wind it. I think it's this way, I can't remember. Yeah, it's this way I think you wind it. And it runs for, I can't remember how long it runs for. I think it runs for 2 days. I don't know how long it runs for. But yeah, it's very nice, silvered. And I think you could just see the Smith's Empire logo through there. It's a very nice watch, and yeah, I just have it here next to the Smith alarm clock. I'm trying to, there we go. And yeah, I think that's it. There is going to be one, I'm going to be getting my final clock tomorrow. And I'm just going to give a couple of hints as to what it is. All I will say, it's another box clock. And it has chime rods, as far as I can see from the pictures. But it doesn't have 3 mainsprings, it only has 2. And you know, I'll give another hint. It also has the Gustav Becker logo on it, on the face. At least I think it does. It looks like it's got the Gustav Becker logo on the face. So yeah, I will just leave that hint for you for my final clock I'm going to get. And then after that, I think I'll call it quits for collecting clocks for a while, because I am now officially pretty much out of room. I could maybe put a, obviously got space there for that box clock. And I could probably put the other box clock probably there above the TV or above the master clock. But yeah, I am starting to run out of room. So yeah. So clock collecting may not be in the cards for a while. Obviously, I'll still make videos and stuff of like collection overviews at like the end of the year and stuff. And like chiming videos, but that's about it, really. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.